November 15th. Dear Diary. So, I had my first Tinder date today. Honestly, I wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, how often do these things actually work out? But I figured, why not? His name is Ethan, and his profile was witty enough to intrigue me. Plus, he has a great smile. We met at that little coffee shop on 5th, the one with the cozy corner booths and the baristas who take latte art way too seriously. I got there first, nervous and wondering if I'd even recognize him in person. But the moment he walked in, I knew it was him. Tall, clean-cut, and wearing this ridiculously charming leather jacket like he was in some indie movie. "Sami?" he asked, smiling as he approached. "Ethan," I replied, and somehow the awkwardness melted just a little. The conversation started off easy enough. Favorite coffee orders, work talk, the usual first date stuff. He works in marketing, which I found surprisingly interesting, and we bonded over how much we both hate small talk, even though that's exactly what we were doing. And you know what? He was funny. Not the forced, trying too hard kind of funny, but genuinely clever. He made me laugh, really laugh, more than once. He even teased me about how I dissect my croissant before eating it, calling me meticulous in this mock-serious tone that made my cheeks flush. Still, as the conversation flowed, I couldn't shake this nagging feeling. It wasn't anything he said or did. It's just, I don't know. Something felt slightly off, like we were two puzzle pieces that didn't quite click. For example, when I asked him what he does for fun, his answer was mostly work and a little gym time. No mention of hobbies, no passion in his tone. He didn't ask much about my art either, even though I'd mentioned it a couple of times. And while he listened attentively, I couldn't help but wonder if he was as interested in me as I wanted him to be. Still, there were moments where it felt like we were on the brink of something more. Like when he leaned forward, elbows on the table, and asked, "What's the one place in the world you'd go if you could drop everything right now?" His eyes lit up when I said Kyoto in the spring, and for a second, I thought maybe this could work. But then his phone buzzed, and he glanced at it. Just a quick glance, but enough to remind me that we were still strangers sitting across from each other, trying to figure out if this was anything more than an algorithm's best guess. We said goodbye with a hug, warm, but not lingering. He mentioned grabbing dinner sometime, and I smiled and said, "Sure." But as I walked home, I kept turning it over in my head. He's nice, he's funny, he's good looking. But is that enough? I'm not sure, diary. I'll give it some time, see if he texts me first. Maybe it's worth another date. Maybe not. For now, I'll just chalk it up as a pleasant afternoon with someone new. Yours, M.